Hello, this is Sofia Jewel for the November forecast. And wow, October's been such a month of heart connection and letting go and moments of a lot of intensity and asking life, asking us to be really honest and authentic and true with ourselves and continue to decide what is authentic and what is honoring our essence and our heart and our vision, and fully aligning with that and making the choice and taking the action and making the decision and taking the steps to fully align ourselves with that. November is a softer month. I feel a lot of the energy of the moon, that light that the moon brings into the earth. It connects us with a softer energy, with our intuition, a sense of darkness yet light, a place where we birth new things. And this is a beautiful place to be at this time of transition, as October brought a lot of letting go and releasing of our ancestral line, of old ways and old conditionings. And as we step more and more into the new way of being with ourselves and with others and with life and the world and the universe, and our connection to ourselves and our inner being, our source, how are we envisioning ourselves in this new way of being? And November gives us this space and opportunity to do that, to get clear in what wants to be birthed, how it wants to be birthed through us, and what conditions and environment do we wish to create around us to feel fully supported and safe and encouraged and nourished to do so. So it brings this moon energy, and there'll be a lot of moon activations and new frequencies and crystalline light entering through the moon, the cosmic heart, into the earth and the universe. And this is a beautiful energy of the light language of one. So as the feminine aspects to be connected to how do you nourish yourself, how do you follow your intuition and create a stronger bridge of trust with your inner knowing. How do you acknowledge your intuition and the evidence that it gives you? It's also a time to lower the pace, to bring a bit of slowness and ease into our being more gentle with ourselves. A moment and time of deep listening to our intuition, to our inner knowing, and what is there, to what is vibrating within you, that is the information, the clarity that you've been asking for, and that is emerging anew with all the clearing that you've been doing in the month of October and the past few months. So now that you've done all this clearing, all this release and letting go, the time of listening, the time of slowing down has arrived, so you may receive what's emerging, the newness that is emerging within you. And for that, we need to slow down. We need to take care of ourselves, and we need to listen to that voice within us. So there's no pushing in this month. There's simply allowing. This month will bring us a new sense of allowance. It will teach us a way how everything's available to us, and how available we are for ourselves to receive, and the vulnerability that brings to us in that way of being, to fully embrace what's available, and for that to allow the receiving of it instead of the pushing, making it happen. So we move more into our feminine nature of allowing ourselves to be nurtured by life, to be nurtured, to receive the clarity that we have been asking for, to receive and fully feel the space that we have created within ourselves and in our life for all the clearing that we have done, with all the release. Allow the newness to enter and fully receive that newness and integrate that newness in our life for all the letting go that we have done in our lives. So I acknowledge that, all the work that you've been doing for yourself and the world. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself and others, and your soul progression and the progression of all. There'll be heart activations. There'll be further merging of the masculine and feminine. How we can integrate our that feminine energy of nourishment into our masculine aspect as well, without the pushing, that strength that the masculine brings, and how it comes into harmony with the compassion and the allowance and the nourishment. How we create a new word, a new way, where both are active and yet living in harmony in such a beautiful way. So as I mentioned, October was the month of letting go, and November is a month of embracing the present and embracing our vision in a more deeper way and sense. So the question here is, what needs to be fully accepted and integrated to embrace fully who I am and what is wanted to be birthed through me. So what needs to be fully accepted and integrated to embrace fully who I am and what is wanted to be birthed through me. And the second question for this month is, how do I create and how do I call the conditions for my deepest desires to begin to appear in my vibrational scroll of attraction? And again, we are sitting in November, we're sitting with the asking, and we're allowing the vision, the way, the guidance, the resources to emerge from within us, without the struggle, without the force, without the pushing. We are sitting within ourselves in silence, in clarity, in alignment with everything that we want and our vision and our mission, and knowing and expecting that all is coming to us in divine timing. And that's a vulnerability that November will teach us and that will bring. It's beautiful, very, very beautiful. And it's also therefore a month of opportunity and a month of new light. As I mentioned, there'll be new heart activations from the moon, from the cosmic heart. It'll be beautiful, gentle month, and yet also deep and challenging at moments. Those who are fully connected to your heart will also feel the waves of emotions And those who have challenge to be in your heart and be more in your mind will also feel the challenge, because November will ask of you to be more in your heart. So you might feel those waves more deeply, as well as the heart is calling you forth, calling you in to come more into your inner temple and inhabit that inner temple more fully in your life. So it's very important to be soft and gentle with yourself, lots of self-care, and stillness when stillness is needed, gentle movement when that is needed, just deep listening. That's what is required and will support you in this month, deep listening to your body, to your intuition, and your inner voice. And the question too, when challenge arises, the question to ask is, why is this here? What is the message in terms of my vision and my mission? So why is this here? What is the message of my situation that is happening? What is the message of this challenge? What is the message? Usually, lots of fear. For me, lots of fear was coming up in the month of October. And I started asking fear, what opportunity are you giving me of growth for my soul progression? And that shifted the relationship I had with fear. And it invited for my courage and connection to my heart to step more fully into what was happening and feeling into it in a deeper way. And so the question for this month, when any restriction or resistance or challenge happen, is like, what is the message? What is the message of this situation? What is my soul telling me? Where perhaps my perspective needs to shift, or where do I need to step in a different way? And what is the message towards my desires, towards my mission, my vision, the way that I want to live my life? What is the truth of this situation? And I leave you with a beautiful quote that came a few years ago, and this month was very present. And the quote goes like this, and it says, "Once the fire burns, the truth will remain in the ashes. Once the fire burns away, the truth will remain in the ashes." When the fire burns away, burns through, the truth will remain in the ashes. And that is always true. And the month of October has allowed us to burn all that. And now in November, we are able to sit with the ashes to all that is truth within us. And with all that is truth within us, now we get to sort it, to look at it, to really allow that to be fully within us. And now what do we do with all this, with this truth? What do we wish to create? What is emerging within that truth that I have gained in this time? It's really, really profound and beautiful. And so I leave you now with the light language. And just to finish, October 28th, there'll be an evening of light language and sacred sounds at the Church of Truth in Victoria, which I am so happy to be sharing that with you. And in November, twice a month, so most likely the first week of November and the third week of November, I'll be doing the light language teleclass, where I'll be channeling the language of one. And this is specifically to support you during your soul progression, where they'll be channeling from the language of one council, as well as light language activations and healing. And I'll be posted on my website, sofiajewel.com, under events, and it's $20. and through PayPal online you can do it. And if you are not available to tune on the day, you are able to download the transmission. And so making it very easy and accessible for everyone. And as always, in deep appreciation and love of our journey, of yourself, and Shuwama Mayaha. I see you in your sacredness now and always. Aho. Ciao.